Thanks, Stefan, for the nice words introducing me. Few words. I'm Joachim Brenneisen, working in the service level management area for more than 15 years now, having done, let's say, lots of projects, 50 plus, with different customers, consulting and implementing and helping them to get their service level management processes plus the reporting, let's say, in better shape and with better results. Hope to do so for the next 15 years. No, not sure. Okay. Yes. So basically, it will be a bit of summary of what I learned throughout the last 15 years. So coming from traditional S&M reporting, so what we see even today when we go into customers, service level management reporting is often treated more or less as a one-time activity where you need to take care on every month. And then beginning of the month, the hunt for the data starts. You need to consolidate, you need to put them into Excel, scrub the data, prepare the reports, make nice PDFs out of them, and finally, typically between the 5th and 15th day of the month, relieve it to the customer and go back, not sleeping, but being exhausted and preparing for the next month run. So this is the traditional way, very often encountered as well today. So disadvantages there for the one is you only have, let's say, customer views, meaning each PDF or each document representing only the view for the specific customer. You do not really get value out of those reports because you don't have the sight over what is going in my business, let's say, cross customer. You don't get it out of that reports. With the data, you could get it out. So, and also, as you have no visibility, there's no real feedback possibility to operations, what to make better in the operations to support better reporting and better running processes, business processes in your company. So focus is really just, let's say, justifying my service level performance in case of I'm a provider to my customer as per the contractual obligations. So, but increasingly, time to market, everything, pressure, speed, not today in Corona, but generally speed is increasing. Businesses need to react to their environments much, much faster. And therefore, we need also a way to be better feeling what our organization is able to do in providing the service we need to do our business, not the technical ones. So we need to perform our business and to manage, let's say, the performance of the business processes. So going through that view, imagine you could have, let's say, a view, a business-centric view on your performance of the organization, overall customers, and that at the push of a button. So looking, for example, at a visualization like this, where you see, let's say, on the right-hand axis, the number of KPIs preaching for a certain customer concurrently for several months. In the vertical axis, seeing the number of KPIs per customer preaching in the given month or period, and the weight and the bubble size basically giving some indication of the customer weight, be it turnover, be it potential penalty risk, whatever you name. So you can, and so you see over all your customers immediately, let's say basically the more right, the more up, and the thicker the bubble, the more I might have a potential problem with that specific customer. And that not only as a graphic, but also then interactively to be able to provide more detail and drill down. So yes, drilling down not only per individual customer, but also per, for example, customer segment to see whether some segments are doing better than others, or internally for availability or response times into, let's say, the more traditional ITIL, consequent. Okay, missing the word. Sorry. Yes, and then of course also having the possibility to go back in time, to combine periods in the view, and in a detailed view going really down to the SLA root cause of the performance which you have, like if there's your incident management success rate of resolving is low, you see it here and see also the incidents which go or cause that behavior. So in order to accomplish this, I think it's clear to everybody, spreadsheet solutions, and that I mean the process of manually aggregating and scrubbing the data, you have no chance with it. So it's absolutely no chance. So you must react on that. And at that point, automation is really the key to it. So it's not only automating the data sources and the data delivery, it's managing the data quality so that you have a good enough quality to provide the measurements to your SLA reports. On the other hand, it's also the processes. You need to make sure that your processes of the data delivery, but also like service level management, you have reviews, you have annotations of your data. That processes must all be, let's say, streamlined to build, let's say, the whole conveyor belt from the beginning of the story with the customer, from the contract to the reports. Also facing in new customers that needs also to be, if not automated, but at least supported to an extent that it is not a big topic to bring in a new customer and to set up the reporting. So that is the key to all what we think you need to get closer to business real time in your service level management and service level management reporting. So here I would like to introduce a short poll, basically asking you back where you stand on the journey, if you are on such a journey. So if it's basically, we don't care at SLM at all, we have plans to introduce, just about starting. We are somewhere on the journey with automation or with a bit of automation, but this seems sufficient, at least for now. And other possibility is, let's say we have plans, we are already at some point, but we need to improve and automate more, or we are more or less satisfied and we get our reports at the push of the button. So what's your opinion there? It will be interesting in the feedback. So some answers still coming in. So if there's some more, that would be nice. Okay. So okay. So most of you think that we have plans that we need to improve and automate. Yes, thank you. So I think that is exactly the journey where I would like also to accompany parts of you, if you like to. Absolutely. So, but let's look a bit further. What are the challenges on that journey which you are already on or embark to? So it's both challenges and opportunities, of course. So starting with operations, yes, you need to see that the frequency of that data which you provide, which underlie the measurements for your performance, that need to be made available in a way that is stipulated by that what you want to see in business real time. So that's at least daily, I think. For some use cases, it could be hourly or even less. So one example is we had, let's say, based on down to a work group level, we showed the people, let's say the work groups, the number of problems to be solved within the next 14 days. yeah, not a big deal. It could be done by a ticketing system as well. But in combination with, let's say, where that particular customer pending behind that problem, where he stands with regards to his service level fulfillment for these KPIs. So the people in the work groups can, let's say, do, for example, a bit of prioritizing due to this enriched data. So it's clear you need to have, let's say, quite frequent updates on that one to enable such a view. So, of course, as I said, service level management, you always have review processes, both internally and with your customer. So it can be that, for example, a ticket will be closed or will be reviewed and changed in the allocation. So you need to do some recalculation of that ticket. And that, of course, needs also to be taken into account and in the processes so that we manage this properly. So, and yeah, that's the main points on that one. On the process side, yes, it's absolutely change in the working mode. As I said, service level managers start working heavily beginning of the month, and in the second half of the month after delivery of the reports, they need to, let's say, relax and gather their strengths for the next month. So this changes, but it brings also advantages. You can, let's say, already start looking at the data intra-month, and let's say all this review activity goes away from 2 days in the beginning of the month to a continuous activity through the month. So that helps internally. And even more you need to do, of course, in case you decide to open up such dashboards of an intra-month performance view as well to your customer. On the other hand, it's an absolutely positive one as well for feedback to service operations. Like I said, with the example of the incident prioritization, because you know intra-month this customer is, let's say, in danger, that we breach the SLA commitments for that customer. So I need to advance his incidents and problems. So on the data presentation side, of course, after the monthly data scrubbing versus immediate. So that's what the challenges to the underlying data quality you have. And you need to have, let's say, some correction and manual intervention possibilities to make sure that the data you publish, even if it's not final, let's say, is really good enough. So that is a very important thing on that journey. So from our basic, from the projects we did over the last couple of years, a general logic architecture arose, which is basically bring in the data into a staging first, do some scrubbing, ideally automatic, and enrichment, meaning fusing the different data sources together to have, let's say, one set of consolidated data serving then as the basis for your business process KPI calculations. So that is really key to see a proper leveled model where you can, let's say, monitor and interact on all those levels to get mainly with the goal to get the data quality intact. And at the end, after the calculation, of course, you set your reporting tools about, onto the results. So, that was, sorry. So what experience did we gain with customers on the way to the business real time? So visibility and also the acceptance within the organization for service level management increases significantly. Absolutely. So it's not with the data you typically have in your SLM tool. It's not only, let's say, satisfying your customers' needs. If you look cross company, you can derive so much valuable information for your inside processes. If you can make them visible, you win. And as I said, again, data quality is key. you need to address the data quality more or less first. Does not mean get ready with it, but let's say start step after step, measuring, improving quality, making it visible. So automation, as I said, is key. We need to see that ideally we have from data input to ready-made SNA reports and dashboards. There's no manual or as little as manual intervention as possible. And again, appetite comes with the food. So all valuable information which you have, if you can then start looking at it from different angles, and you will identify new use cases which allow also for a good and very good ROI within your organization. So one thing for coming to the end. So what we are thinking about is, let's say, what would be nice to have instead of a static PDF at the end of the month. Imagine that what I presented before, that screenshot with that overview for an individual customer. If you can give him that in a similar legally binding or let's say non-changeable format as a PDF, but he would be able to drill down, let's say, into the different details of the KPIs. So it would probably save you a lot of questions which the people have. So that's the idea, what we call dashboard to go. So we have a dashboard, several dashboards with all its underlying data, also for, let's say, a period of time, a year or whatever. We publish that, for example, like an attachment to an email or publish it on a website. And then the customer takes it, looks at it, can drill down and do his further analysis of that. It has the data, which is in the SLA report, plus additional data. So that would be the basic idea to replace or at least complement the traditional SLM reporting. So this would be also then my final question to the audience. So what you are doing today, and if there are plans or the idea in general to do something else, what would be one you are thinking of? Huh? So it could be used for internal use, of course, as well, only. So delivery managers, so they have the additional level of detail they need in their service review meetings. Could be additional to the customer for his additional investigation possibilities, or in the end, it could be, let's say, a full replacement of a traditional PDF document. So I see some counts are coming in. Okay. Okay. So I see the results. So that means in combination with the SLA reporting, that would be seen as a potential use case. Yeah, thank you. That's interesting and encouraging. So we will give that more thinking, and maybe we have also the chance to show this or demonstrate this with one or the other of you. So that would be the end of my presentation for today. So I'd like to thank you all, and of course, please feel free to reach out to me via email or through the other known channels. I will also update the community platform. So thank you. So maybe there's some questions.
Okay, Joseph here. So Joseph Schneider, you can also reach out to me. I'm helping Joachim as moderator here, and we have a very interesting question. Is a change from technical KPIs to business KPIs and customer experience satisfaction visible in your projects, in the dashboards? And
yes, absolutely. So it's still like in the last poll. So the PDF, or let's say a closed document at the end of the month, that's still mandatory. But let's say the questions asked both towards the customer's pressure is increasing, like I want to see more within a month, but also internal to get let's say to get more visibility on your processes and get more reaction time to avoid potential service level breaches at the end of the month. Yes, absolutely.
And it's also, let's say, going more to the business side and the customer experience side, and not just the technical bits and pieces.
Technical KPIs are becoming more and more less important, I would say. Or let's put like an availability is still important, but it's an availability on a process and business process level, which then is more related to how much outage time can I afford before I diminish my business. That's clearly going away from the pure, what we had maybe 5 years ago, from the pure server and database performance monitoring aspects.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So maybe a last question. You're talking about business real time. What's the meaning of business real time in the background?
Good point. Thank you, Joseph. It's to distinguish from what we typically have in monitoring of technical systems, which is real time, like a router is up or down. No? So business real time always needs, let's say, a bit more time in terms of calculating the complicated chains until you have your business process KPI. That's the one hand. On the other hand, business real time is enough so that you know where you are standing with your business and your business processes, let's say, close enough to that you can take decisions, for example, for the next day or for the next short period, to steer your business a bit more, not like the big tanker, but like a quick, small patrol boat. So that's the basic things. Yeah.
I think agree fully that also we see not the nanoseconds reaction time, but it's a matter of how our business is going. Business is fast, but not in nanoseconds.
Yes. So it could be, depending on the process, could be hours, could be days, but in any case, it's not nanoseconds, and it's not months like with the traditional SLA reporting. Yes.
For sure, if you do trading, it may be fast, but okay. So if there are no other questions, as Joachim said, please reach out to him, or you can also reach out to me. Also with the platform, communication platform, we would be happy to talk with you about the domain, about how we can help, or I'd say also exchange experience. So thanks a lot, and looking forward to talking with you.
Okay, thank you.